Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and those of you with nothing better to do with an internet connection, Paul Johnson and Shane Hofer are proud to present the Total Stickcast. Buckle up and enjoy the unscripted, unadulterated neurosis.
Okay, there we go. Alright, welcome to the Total Stickcast. My name's Paul Johnson. I'm a freelance writer, author, vlogger, creator of the Total Stick Show, and a bunch of other things. I think I wrote a book once upon a time. You can find all that stuff at everythingpaul.net. And with me this week is the official DM of the Total Stick Quest, musician and beard aficionado, because I didn't write him a new intro this week, Terry Savage!
Hey, I like beard aficionado. That sounds great.
Okay, perfect.
Sure, I'll take that. It's not big bushy. I said I was going to grow it out to my wife, but, literally, like 3 days down the road, I'm like, screw that. I got to shave.
Oh, really? Okay, so
I'm one of those guys, it's like, I hate it on my neck. There's like that whole week where you just have to, like, suffer of itchy beard until it's long enough to like poke out instead of poke in.
Okay, really, eh? You don't like... Okay, I figured you wanted to... Like, you would be fine with growing it big and long and forever.
Well, yeah, on my chin it's fine, but it's just like, to get that full bushy beard, like, I look like a hobo when I grow. And it's really funny because the year I met my wife, I didn't shave from New Year's to April. And I look back at the pictures, and it was like, how the hell did you fall for me? I literally look like a dirty train hobo, right?
Oh, God. Yes.
Like,
call back to the train hobo.
My beard points out in the start. Like, I got to find a picture somewhere. It looks bad. And it was bushy. It was probably really smelly. And I don't know.
Oh, smelly? Really?
Yeah.
smelly?
I was in Florida when I met her, right? So beards must get smelly,
Well, hey, you know what they say, right? If you don't like me at my worst or whatever, right? So, hey, she fell in love with you looking like a smelly train hobo. So, she's a keeper.
Well, she said, so the story went, I met her on our way to Brazil.
Okay.
And then the day we left Brazil, we, like, wanted to go check out their big, like, metal mall, right? It's like a big, like, 7-floor mall full of rock shops, album shops, tattoo shops. It was really cool.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so we went... Like, we left all our gear at the dude's place. We went out there. We took, like, rush hour transit in Sao Paulo, which was, like, one of the craziest things I've done. It's like a step down from Japan. It's like, you either get on the train or I'm not going to see you again, kind of thing. Like, everyone go! Ooh, everyone's squeezing!
Wow.
So we walked around downtown Sao Paulo. We're dirty. We're filthy. We get on the plane at, like, 11 at night. We show up in Florida. We get a transfer through Mexico City. We show up in Florida, and my wife... Well... the squeeze at the time was like, yeah, I'll come pick you up from the airport. And she's like, yeah, I could smell you guys before I saw you.
Oh, God.
And I looked down at my feet. My feet are still black from walking through the streets of Sao Paulo. And I was like, yeah, I guess, because I was just wearing flip-flops, in Sao Paulo.
You look like some culture shock comedy, a guy they found in the woods or something trying to make it in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
George just doesn't get the conventions of the fast-paced city life.
Nope.
Yeah.
He's got a horse cart and buggy stuck in rush hour. Ha! Yeah, come on.
Surfing a bus,
Surfing a bus. Man.
Well, speaking of acting in Hollywood and all that, I don't know if you heard what happened today.
Oh, Burt Reynolds passed away.
Burt Reynolds passed away, yeah.
Burt's spurts the girts.
Okay, so you're a Burt Reynolds fan?
No.
Or are you just saying shit?
I'm just saying shit right now. The Gert finally... I don't know what I'm saying now.
That's your nickname.
The Burt finally bit the Gert. There you go.
There you go. The Burt, that's what you call him when you guys are like chilling on a yacht together. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Deliverance. It's Deliverance is kind of the only movie you only watch once.
Yeah, this is very true.
No one goes around saying like, "Oh, fuck, Deliverance is my favorite movie." If that's your favorite movie, you got something wrong with you.
Yeah, no shit. It's not like Rocky Horror Picture Show. You're not getting all your friends together once a year to watch Deliverance.
It's a classic, but it's not a family classic.
No. You're not getting into costume and going to see it at a theater in the middle of the night. No.
It's a truly terrifying movie. Like, it doesn't make you want to go camping ever again.
No.
Like, like Friday the 13th may not want, you may not want to go camping after watching any of the Jason movies. But after watching Deliverance and you go camping, in rural Alberta, you're like, fuck, that might happen. You don't know what kind of Albertans live out there in the woods, right?
This is a real possibility now.
Yeah. Well, I know there's definitely some places in BC, it's like you don't go up that road, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so, it's like
well, most of them have probably burnt away by now.
That's true. We lost our ancestral home.
You
it was
reacted.
a log.
Yeah, I was gonna say you reacted to that as if you weren't sure if I was joking or not.
Well, the fires last year almost got my hometown, so.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is a tragedy. It's definitely
a tragedy.
I'm not
and
trying
you
to
know
take
what?
anything
Hey,
away.
the smoke has cleared up.
It has. We can actually see outside now. Our eyes and our
Yeah.
lungs don't burn.
Yeah, I know that's the good part.
Yeah.
There was a good peek outside. Oh man, we're in that type of weather for all our international listeners.
Uh-huh.
We're in that type of weather right now where it's balls ass cold in the morning and shorts and tank top weather by 3:00.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So it's like you dress for winter in the morning and then have a change of clothes because you're like, oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, it is that time of year. It's like I crank my heat on, seat warmers, crank it to the max heat, got my coffee and I'm cold. And then I literally have the air conditioning blasting on the way home.
Yeah.
Because it's like, my car said it was 30 degrees. I don't think it was.
I was out for like
right
an hour this morning between like 10 and noon, which I realize that's more than an hour. But I was out for like a while this morning. It's 25 right now.
Yeah, it's 25.
Yeah, and even in that time, like I left with a sweater on because I was like, ugh, when I went out the door, and I then come back and I'm sweating. I'm trying to get that sweater off of me. It's freaking. That was over a 2-hour period. Jesus
Hey,
Christ!
that's crazy.
Like it was brutal. This
It's
morning
just
I
that-
went. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's like I said, that first little, like you said, cold.
Yeah.
It makes me think, it's like, oh, fuck, what am I going to wear for winter? Shit. It's like, I got to find all those clothes. I need a new hoodie. I was like, where's that toque that my mom knit me? Fuck, I got to start wearing that because it's really nice. And just, not Calgary, my wife's, like, Florida acquaintances, like her aunts and uncles and other, like, friends of the family,
Yeah.
like, oh, he's Canadian, get him a toque. And it's like, you know how many toques we have? It's like, there's a toque epidemic in Canada. Like, we have enough toques, okay?
Yeah, no, knit me a coat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, knit me a coat. It's a toque, not a beanie.
When you describe finding your winter gear, though, it does sound like you have a really strange and sparse assortment of winter. Like, do you bury it all at the end of the year, or what?
Yeah, kind of. It's like celebration. I take the winter coat and I shove it away. I do have, like, a super nice winter coat. Which reminds me, I gotta take it in to get fixed because the armpit is falling out. But it's got that nice reflective stuff on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got it at like the Works Mark Warehouse Black Friday sale. It was like, got it for like $200. It was like a $600 jacket. So
Sweet.
Sweet.
It was nice. I have I got a decent winter jacket, but it makes me think about how long I've been doing this podcast because one of the first episodes of the podcast I talked about tearing my jacket. I got a little cut in the side of it now from a construction fence I walked by, and I got pissed off.
I remember us talking about that construction fence.
Okay. So So I did that, and that was in like the first or second episode that I first talked about it, and I think we call back to it with you. So that like goes to show. I was wearing a winter coat when the show started, and now we're gonna soon be going back into winter coats.
Well, the summer is only like a yawn long.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like since I work on the road, I get like 3 weeks of summer. Fucking sucks.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, but also your perception of seasons must be very askew because you work in places with different climates. So it's
true.
Like...
I'll be heading down to Kansas City in a month or two, right? And it'll be nice and warm down there in October, like humid hot. It'll be nice.
So as far as your body's concerned, seasons are fucking irrelevant. You're like...
Well, yeah, it was like this one time. Where were we? It was like Calgary was having one of his Chinooks, I think, and it was like in March. And I had to fly to Toronto, and I forgot my winter jacket, and I landed there, and it was blizzarding.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, crap, I forgot that winter still existed. Damn you, Chinooks.
Yeah, okay, wait. I'm sorry, did you say Chinook?
What? How do you pronounce it?
Chinook?
Oh, I say Chinook, yeah.
You say Chinook?
Yeah, because that's how it's spelt, so I do that sometimes, right?
And I'm the first person to tell you about this?
No, probably not, but recent memory, yeah, a Chinook.
Okay.
I call them a Chinook. You have Chinook salmon, Chinook weather, whatever.
This
Chinook Mall, whatever. It's the Albertan pronunciation.
That's what I was going to ask you. What the fuck do you call the mall? But then I figured that'd be so unentertaining for our international listeners. But what do you call the mall then? Like Chinook Mall?
I just call it Chinook because that's the way it's spelled.
That's weird.
You don't call your... Okay, so what's the thing underneath your mouth? A shin? No, that's on your leg, right?
Okay, but what do you read about in a book?
Sorry, it was funny, yeah. Your shin is on your leg, and your chin is right here, right? Your chin is spelled C-H-I-N, so I pronounce Chinook.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't know.
Proper English, and it's pronounced GIF, not GIF.
Well, okay, now that is up for a whole other round of debate.
I will argue
GIF?
to the moon and back about this, yeah.
You support GIF?
I support GIF.
I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
with
good.
If you were hardcore GIF, I don't know. That leaves a weird taste in my mouth.
No, it's just because GIF isn't a word, right? So you can't apply English rules to something that's not a word. Or else, if you do that, it would be scuba diving, right? Because scuba stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, right? But we all pronounce it scuba. But if you apply English rules to it, you'd say scuba. But since the guy who coined the term called it scuba, the guy who coined the term GIF called it GIF. Therefore, everybody is wrong!
Okay, holy fuck! You have some feelings about this. Do you have like a little button, #GIF or something on that you wear about town?
Sure. I should
Dear
get that.
God. Okay, well, I see that you're very intense about this.
Yeah.
Do you share your same passion, the same passion? You commented earlier this week on Facebook that you were watching a new show. Do you share the same passion for Paradise PD?
Oh man, I've been telling everybody about that show. It was hilarious.
I tried it.
Oh man, I fell off my seat laughing. Oh.
Really, eh? But you're a Big Mouth fan too, right?
Oh yeah, I love Big Mouth. Oh, Big Mouth made me crack up a lot.
Yeah. I really like Big Mouth, but I did not get into Paradise PD.
Oh, it's Paradise PD takes it a little. I think everyone could understand Big Mouth with the puberty jokes, as we've all gone through that.
Well, yeah. That's not so much my thing with Paradise PD is... Okay, and now when I say this, I'm not saying it to you or in judgment to you for watching it, but so much as just the show itself, because this was my impression watching it. I found it just incredibly uninspired. Like, it was so third season of Family Guy. Shows are... adult cartoons are in such a different place now than that. Like, when you look, Big Mouth is very different from anything else that's been on TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? BoJack. I love BoJack. Rick and Morty.
I never got into BoJack, but I was really into Rick and Morty before everyone else was. So.
Okay, but see, Rick and Morty, there's another example. Like, it's at another level.
At another level, right?
That's
a cartoon for smart people. It's just I love Venture Brothers, right? Like the Venture Bros is the smart cartoon.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I've seen it or not. That's in the same department as Archer with me. I'm pretty sure I've seen an episode, but I can't remember.
Right. Well, the thing is, you could show anybody an episode of Venture Brothers, and they're gonna be like, I don't get what's happening. There's so many characters, there's so many layers, but if you just still watch it and just having some semblance, it's still each one's a standalone episode. But it's you'll still have no idea what's going on. Even from the beginning, from that first episode going, there's all this crazy stuff happening. You're I don't know what's going on. It's kind of when you read the Game of Thrones books and you're what's this war they keep talking about that happened, right?
Okay. I haven't read those either, but okay.
Well, there you go.
No, I don't, even South Park stepped up the game and stuff, and I just didn't find Paradise PD did it for me. I felt it was already aging and not holding up well, but it just came out. It's wait a minute. It was like if they released Police Academy with no sense of irony. It'd be wait a minute, we've heard all these jokes before. 25 years ago.
It made me. It was more of the kind of shock humor, right? That just made me laugh. Just stuff that other things. The dog's a drug addict, and some of the stuff. He goes to AA trying to sell people meth, and it's you don't see cartoons about that, but it's.
But that was a whole episode of Family Guy, though.
Really?
Exactly that was Brian becoming a police dog, stealing cocaine from the evidence.
Yeah.
From the evidence room, then becoming an addict and having to rehab. Like,
Right.
that's the thing. Like, there's so many things on there. The gerbil, the doing blow off the gerbil's tits. I am at least 75% sure Family Guy did that. And the day before, I watched the Sarah Silverman show from 10 years ago do the same bit.
Ah.
Like, there's just so much on it that's like, and I understand, like, there's a certain level of looking at things where you can say, well, no idea is original, and that's true after a point, but you can present it in a new way, and you can do, like Big Mouth, and like things like that, attach it to a way bigger story, attach it to something with heart behind it, do something new with it, and I just don't feel like Paradise PD does any of that. So that was my issue with it.
Okay,
So,
I say
yeah.
give it another shot. Watch,
Okay.
watch like 3 episodes, and you'll be like, okay, I get some of the humor.
I think I've been through a few of them. Oh, and I get the humor. It makes me chuckle once in a while.
Oh, okay.
But it just seems very, like I said, it just seems like something that didn't age well, but then I remember it just came out.
It just
like,
came out.
that's, yeah, like, I don't, that's my only issue with it. It's not that it's a inherently bad show for any decided reason. It's
Right.
just very unoriginal to an extreme degree, I find. In a way, yeah, I don't know. But that's my only issue with it. I just wanted to say, because I know it's a big deal right now, kind of, like, it's doing pretty good for itself, I think, and you brought it up earlier in the week, so I knew you were watching it, and when you brought it up, I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a shot, because if you like Big Mouth, like, I like Big Mouth, you know, and I thought, well, fuck, I'll give it a shot, and I think we've been through about 5 episodes, maybe 3 of those were more background noise than actually watching it closely.
Right.
And I just, like, there's nothing about everything you know what I mean? See on, I'm like, wow, I feel like I've seen that before. Like,
Okay,
weird, yeah.
I'll take your word for that.
So that was my only-
maybe I stopped watching Family Guy at like season 7.
okay.
Right.
See, I still check them out because they're allowed to, like, they've been around for like 20 years now almost or something. Like they've been on for so long.
him saying he didn't want to let it turn into The Simpsons, and then here it is, like borderlining The Simpsons long.
Yeah,
It's getting
exactly.
there.
Yeah. So so they're allowed to do whatever. Like, it's like The Simpsons. They'll get away with a lot for me, unless they completely change. Like, if The Simpsons were blue next week, okay, that'd be a problem. But, like, I mean, as long, like, it can be derivative because they probably invented the joke.
Right.
You know, like, but...
Speaking of Simpsons and
yes.
Matt Groening, did you check out Disenchantment?
Yes, I've seen Disenchantment.
I
saw a couple
I enjoyed
episodes of it. I don't dislike it. No, it trips me out. It messes with my head that the animation is so Simpsons-esque. Because even when they did
right? So.
Because even when they did Futurama, it wasn't exactly so much. It didn't feel so much like The Simpsons. This
Right.
feels like a Lisa Simpson dream sequence.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense. But I really enjoyed it. Some of the jokes really good because I'm a huge D&D nerd, so I got a bunch of them.
Okay, but also though originality out the wazoo.
Yeah,
I'm
it
good
was
with
very
that.
original, but I think a lot of people didn't enjoy it because it wasn't Futurama, and Futurama is like one of the most perfect cartoons out there. I consider I hold it like top spot pedestal. Because the writing is just fantastic, right?
It is. It is.
Oh, it's just. Oh,
And that was something else that had dared you to not notice that it had heart. You know what I mean? Like, that was something else that had heart and it had more depth than just... You had the easy jokes that you could walk through a room, hear it, and it'll make you laugh. And then you got the longer, the more working jokes that, take...
Jokes that took 10 seasons to kind of come around.
Yeah, exactly. And that is so... I'm such a sucker for that. Like, that's worth the payoff. That's putting the time in for people, I feel like, So, no, I totally agree. I totally agree with you about Futurama being a great show.
Yeah.
Have you seen...
Oh, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to say, have you seen South Park in recent seasons?
No, I have. I am a South Park fan. I have just never really sat down and binged it. So I've caught an episode here and there. I think the last one I saw was before Trump got elected. It's been a while.
Okay.
So.
Okay. It's grown a lot too.
No,
I
that's what I've heard. Right, the seasons are just on fire because they just parody, as I say, parody the current news. Like, it used to be like skits, but now they just do the news, isn't it?
Yeah, now there's a lot of news. It almost feels kind of Simpson. You know how the Simpsons always gets their pop culture in there? It almost feels a little like that. 22 seasons. I just looked it up though. 22 seasons of South Park, I think it is. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's pushing that Simpsons realm again. But now they have more overarching storylines and stuff like that. Like, South Park used to be a show in a box. Like, every episode was its own thing. There wasn't, and then I think the first large overarching thing was like Hitler and the devil or whatever. Remember that they were in a relationship together and
That
everything.
was Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein and the
there you
devil.
go.
Yeah. We're shacking up together and all. I think that was one of their first really long overarching. But now they have like relationship plots with the kids and everything, and and they last for like a season, and then there's a breakup episode and stuff. Like they're doing a lot bigger things with South Park now.
Oh,
But it's not bad. It plays well. It could be off, but if it didn't, that could go wrong. But it didn't. It's okay. I haven't minded it. I think I watched season 21 or something like that. I didn't really binge hardcore, but I just put in the work for one season and just watched the whole thing. And it was one random newer season. And I think it was like 21 or 20. And
I should start where they start picking up the Trump stuff in the wall.
Yeah.
The election. Yeah, I'd start there, right? So
Okay.
Thank God Colbert is back from his 19-day vacation. Oh, man.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my things in the morning. It's like I wake up, I have my coffee, and I put on the last Colbert episode, just like off of YouTube.
Oh, really?
And he's been gone for the last 2 weeks, and I'm like, I need someone to interpret all this news coming out of the States. Someone make it funny and not depressing.
Yeah, fair enough. I could see that.
Right. So yeah, I eat that shit up with popcorn and I watch it. I'm just like, oh God, I can't. It's not my country, it's my wife's country, but I still can't take my eyes off it. I'm just like, oh man. So yeah, it's like watching, a train wreck about to happen, right?
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know. I just try to avoid. I find it. I hate the news. The whole fucking thing is just. I find the whole thing of the news just stressful. I just don't.
Remember when the news was boring?
Yeah, right.
Right, and then 9/11 happened, and all of a sudden it was news.
Nothing's been the same since.
Nothing has been the same.
Fuck God, that's so true.
Yes, it is true. Everyone remembers where they were when that happened, right?
Yeah, no shit.
If you believe it or not, you still remember it happening.
Yeah.
Right?
If you believe it or not, like Santa Claus.
No, if you believe it's like
or
inside
the
job or
Holocaust.
not. No, inside job or not.
Yeah.
You do remember where you were when that happened.
Mm-hmm. I was in junior high school when that happened.
I didn't have junior high school. I was in grade 7. It was a Tuesday.
Okay.
Because it was the paper route day.
Okay. Yeah, well, grade 7 for us is like elementary school. Elementary school is 1 to 6. Then junior high is 7, 8, and arguably 9, depending on the district. And then high school is 10, 11, 12. So, grade 7. I think I was right around end of grade 8 or something like that, probably.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. So, I remember that for sure. Being in school for that, everything just stopped. All our teachers put it on. The world
stopped that day.
Yeah, they put it on the radio.
Yeah.
And every class became, how does 9/11 make you feel? Well, they didn't call it that yet, but how does this make you feel? That was what every class was, just how does this make you feel? Let's talk about the impact of this.
Right.
Like,
does anybody know? It was like, current events day all day.
Yeah.
Right.
In the weirdest tobacco haze black paintbrush kind of way. Like, it was just, does anybody know anyone affected by this? And just like really weird. Everybody was very caring all day.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. I think that's my recollection of it.
Oh man.
Well, this morning I went and did something, but I had to sign an NDA to say that I wouldn't talk about it. So I can't really talk about it, but I did a thing this morning.
Hey man, I did a thing this morning, but I can't talk about it because I signed an NDA. But I signed an NDA. Ain't that cool?
So yeah, that's basically it. But I'm trying to figure out, because like I can't say the company or anything, but I can say some vague things. In the past I've talked about on the show doing studies for the university, like going in and like they ask you questions and stuff, and then pay you a reward for answering questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
So because of my involvement in previous ones, I got like forwarded to another level of them, sort of like to somebody else who was like, hey, we need like serious participants. Oh, this guy's good. He really shows up and shit. You know what I mean? So they gave it to me. So I went to a different location today and did some things where I sat in a room and answered questions. I was basically interviewed. Oh. And I was just asked questions for an hour, and I made $100.
Hey, that's not bad.
That is not bad.
$100 an hour? Oh, man.
Right? No wrong answers. $100 an hour. Right? So that's all I can say. But then I had to sign a thing saying that I wouldn't talk about it. So
Okay, so there you go.
so now I can't talk about it. So because
Sherlock Holmes, I could figure this out, but
Yeah.
I don't have that much effort in me right now.
we have a large number of Canadian listeners. I was never sure that a bulk of people would come from Canada, but
Yes.
they do.
That's
So I that's another reason that I figured I should be particularly careful and actually give a shit. So
good. Right. What happened? Did we get our Russian fans back?
No, that's why we're pretty sure we're banned from Russia, because we never get anything from Russia now at all.
Yeah.
And obviously somebody did listen to it. So
It's Soviet Russia podcast. Listen to you.
yeah, that's why we don't get the numbers anymore, because it's just our podcast listening in to them.
Oh, man.
Dear God.
Oh, I haven't heard anything out of Russia lately these days.
No, things have been quiet over there, eh?
Maybe Putin died.
Yeah.
Putin! Maybe he died and they're just keeping it hush-hush.
Yeah.
They have to pull out one of his clones, inflate him up. There you go. Put him behind the desk. Oh, he looks presidential.
Oh my God, I don't know why this feels related. It's probably not, but it feels like it is, so it is now.
Okay.
You gotta look this shit up. Disneyland has
Yeah?
unveiled stunt robots,
What?
and they're terrifying. Because we know that we have robots coming. That's not a secret. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty obvious, like, the robots are gonna happen in the next little while. But these things can do stunts and, like, take the place of stuntmen and stuff like that. Thank God, because Burt Reynolds died, so we need some new But,
Okay.
these things take the place of stuntmen, so they have, like, calibrators in them, so they know if they're upright, not upright, etc. So they can,
Right.
like, swing from ropes and do
I am
somersaults.
watching it right now, and this is absolutely insane. Look at
Isn't
it go!
I know,
Holy
it's
crap!
fucking terrifying. Like, you
They've
could, like,
created robots.
I know, like ninja robots. It would be scary enough if a robot could chase me. Yeah, it would be scary enough if a robot could chase me at a moderate rate of speed, but swing through the trees and drop on my head? That's another level. That's a fucking another level
Oh,
of terror.
dude, that's cool. So you could put motion capture on these guys and just launch them into the air and be like, look at that, it's fucking real.
Yeah. Okay, but I feel like since the beginning of this conversation, you've really been converted.
Dude, that
this
was
is a
really
good
cool.
thing.
Well, my one friend back in Vancouver, like his dream job is to be an Imagineer, right?
Okay.
So like engineer Disney, and I was like, oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
I tried to see if I could get him an in down at Disney World there because
Okay.
got contacts through my wife, and
Oh, sweet.
apparently it's a who we know kind of thing, or you have to start at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, or you have to be like very splashy or something. I don't know. I would love to design roller coasters, but like, who has that kind of? I don't know. Where do you start? Like, do you go work at Callaway Park or whatever it's Callaway Park? I've never been there. I drove by it with my wife like last week when we were on our way on our road trip, and she looked at it and laughed. She's like, "You call that an amusement park?"
Oh no, shit though. But she's from the land of the amusement park.
I know. I was like, "Hey, be nice."
You became Matthew McConaughey? That's what happened? She said that and you're just like, hey.
Be nice. Be nice. It's a little family amusement park. I've never been, but it's like
cute.
it's the best thing we have until you hit like the P&E in Vancouver or Canada's Wonderland.
Yeah, like locally, it's
Yeah.
it's cute. It tries.
It's a little cute thing.
Yeah. No.
Oh man, I want to go back to Wonderland. That was awesome.
Okay.
Just roller coasters. Just pure roller coasters. That's all it was.
Okay, it's okay. I see what you mean. Okay.
I mean, Canada Wonderland, not like Disney Wonderland.
Yeah. Okay. I don't hate roller coasters, even though I'm not much of a daredevil on anything else. Like Drop of Doom doesn't really appeal to me. That's too much fear for lack of.
Yeah, I don't really ever want to do like Elevator or any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm more
no.
for the ride. I want to go fast. Right. But the one time I visited my wife, we went to Busch Gardens, and that's in Tampa, and
Okay.
it is literally the epitome of a roller coaster tycoon level.
Really?
Yeah, there's like zoos and safaris and roller coasters and just it was a huge park. I have the map beside me on my wall, and I can look at it, and it was like the jungle, Congo, Stanleyville, Sesame Street of Fun, Bird Gardens, Morocco, and it was just crazy monorail system. It was everything that a roller coaster tycoon fan would want. It's the best thing. and wicked roller coasters to boot.
Okay, figured A. Wait, Stanleyville though?
I don't know why they call it Stanleyville.
Is that? I just imagine it's sponsored by the Tool Company, and it's just all tools. Like,
the roller coaster in Stanleyville is called Shikra. I remember we rode that like 3 times in a row. It was a lot of fun.
Okay then.
Yeah,
Weird.
It was really cool. And then we went and hung out on the beach and got drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that put an end to your roller coaster riding?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
I was wondering if you had.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember the last time I rode a roller coaster. It's been a while.
Being hammered on a roller coaster sounds like a fucking bad. I have
No.
not been hammered on a roller coaster.
After we rode the roller coasters, we went to the beach and got drunk.
Oh, that's what I mean. But that signaled the end of your roller coaster riding.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I
Thank
could do a roller
God.
coaster ride drunk.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, just go pack in a couple hours of drink and then go hop on a roller coaster.
Well, you drink through the day because you just get like a beer in the like kind of little beer gardens and beer huts everywhere, right?
But more a here and there thing, not getting hammered and roller coastering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Here and
that'd
there.
be
Or,
bad idea. Yeah.
Now I want to go get drunk and ride roller coasters.
I don't. I like the idea of avoiding nausea at all costs in my life. I'm not. I think I've thrown up enough in drinking not to want to do that.
I should trick a friend and put like mushrooms in his sandwich, like magic mushrooms, and then put him on a roller coaster.
Oh my fuck. Oh,
dude, you can get off the ride now. He's still sitting there.
I can't get off. It's still fucking moving.
Dude, come with me. It's okay. Whoa, I'm flying.
Oh fuck.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Now you have a new goal in life.
Now a new goal in life: trick somebody into doing magic mushrooms and riding a roller coaster.
Yeah, no shit. Well, Shane update, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll give Shane Brain an update.
Yeah, nothing too intense other than to say that because I think in the past we said he'd be back this week. But obviously, clearly, blatantly, he's not. So I'm going to say next week we should have a Shane back with us, and he'll be able to fill us in on all the wonderful adventures he's been on. He had his brain slicing about, and he is currently recovering. So
Yep, that's good for him.
yeah. So just thought we'd mention that because if we don't address it, it's going to be weird that he's gone for 2 episodes and we've said nothing.
Yes.
And next week we should have a guest, and I'm not going to name them by name just in case of last minute pullouts, but it's pretty secure. It's pretty secure.
That's good.
So next week we'll also have a special guest.
I will be around next week.
You won't.
I will.
You will.
I will.
Oh.
I am on my train this week, but my train is in the shop.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's in the shop in Calgary, so I'm here.
Okay.
Next week I should be off, but if my train isn't fixed, I will still have to work. It's kind of a shitty deal. But
Oh, that is shitty. Okay.
yeah, because I should be at home relaxing, doing things, and I won't be able to. So
Okay, well, hopefully it gets fixed. And if not, hopefully it gets fixed by Thursday. And then maybe we'll have like a giant freaking podcast, like 4 people.
we'll just be shouting over each other.
That'd be amazing. Well, hopefully not. We'll try to manage it.
Right.
We'll have a guest, so they'll, it'll mainly be one of us asking them a question and them answering, so I think. And that shouldn't be intimidating at all for them, right?
Have we had other guests on the podcast?
Yeah, once, yeah, we had author Dan
Once.
Alatorre.
Okay.
And we will have others. There's other people who are on the docket to potentially have a spot. There was somebody that I was hoping to have in maybe this week, and that's somebody I know personally, not somebody I'm reaching out to as a third party. But they went and messed themselves up in an epic and kind of funny accident. So they're in the... It's not really funny, but so they're in the hospital dealing with some broken body parts. So I can't really hit them up right now. So, and until I actually talk to them, I probably shouldn't tell that whole story because that would be super weird. Can you imagine? I don't know if they listen to this, but can you imagine if I didn't name them and then told the whole story? Be like, fuck, that's me, man. So I'm just not going to do that. Shout out to Shane. Speaking of talking about people that aren't on the show. Hi, Shane.
Hi, Shane. Hope you're feeling
baby.
better.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're
Probably
listening to this.
has
during
no
your
idea
recovery.
what day it is right now.
Yeah, he's just listening to this, wondering why the radio's talking.
He's
to him.
probably so high.
Yeah.
On morphine.
Was that just you saying it, or was that like a musical reference?
No, it was just me sing song.
Okay.
So high.
I think my eardrums just broke. Because I was like really high pitch, and it came through my headphones, and it was really high pitch, and just like pop, ow! Like
turn that down on the Audacity recording.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I'll tone that.
Or add more tracks to it, so it's like an opera thing.
Yeah, I'll make you sound all epic.
Just
yeah, there we go.
Oh.
I'm not writing. Last week I said I was writing horrible lists that made me want to shoot myself in the face, but it was still work, so it doesn't make me want to shoot myself in the face too bad because I could be doing worse things.
True.
So that was my spiel last week, and this week though I've been doing a lot more editing. I'm not doing as much writing. I'm doing more editing English articles written by people who don't speak English.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So I'm fixing things like stuff that's called syntax and stuff like that, which is like how words work together in a sentence, and not just grammar though, like why we use words the way we do and stuff like that. And if English isn't your first language, but you've studied it a lot, you take chances with words, and you don't understand that it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Right? And so they're
it's
fairly...
a strange language.
Yeah, exactly. So they're fairly well-written articles, but then they hit these roadblocks where it's like, oh, you took a big risk and it didn't pay off. Yeah, so like, I understand you were trying to build a metaphor, but it didn't work, you know? So, and then I go through and have to, like, edit certain things like that and stuff like punctuation and whatnot. So that's been kind of better. So I've been doing more of that this week.
That's good.
So that's where I'm at with work. So, because we heard about your work, heard about Shane's brain, and so then to round that out.
Working on train things, slinging big wrenches and down on the floor, in the pits, covered in diesel. I come home filthy every day. So so I shower like 2-3 times a day now.
Because you got to shower at the shop?
No, I shower when I wake up because that wakes me up sometimes, and then like I shower when I go to the gym. So, and then sometimes I come home before I go to the gym, I have to shower, so I don't go to the gym looking like blackface.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, they would be like, dude, have a shower. Because you stink.
Yeah. And I mean, I would say, hey, you could just shower at the gym, but
that's
bad etiquette probably to run a stream of black fuel down the shower trough there.
Hey, I'd rather, shower and make the shower dirty instead of making all the machines dirty when I'm out there.
Oh, yeah.
Pumping iron.
Just go into, I don't know if your gym has a sauna, but just go into the sauna and just drip fucking black everywhere. Yeah.
We got a decent little sauna at my gym.
Okay,
I like
cool.
my gym.
What gym are you with? Do you want?
I am with Go Performance in Marta Loop. So there's my shill life for today. Go Performance.
Okay, that combined two things in one. You got your shill life. Nice. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. I used to be with World Gym.
Yeah.
Or World Fitness? World Gym? Yeah, World Gym, I think. And that wasn't bad, but I just decided it wasn't for me. Yeah. If I still was a member, it might be different because now I work from home. But at that point, I was just like, no, I don't feel like going to work, then coming home and going to the gym and working more. I don't. It doesn't mean enough to me. I'm not that
Today's
committed.
my off day, so I've done it 3 days in a row, and I'll go back tomorrow and probably Saturday and Sunday and maybe not Monday. We'll see. I really want to go back to Zumba. I miss my Zumba classes. Oh.
You miss him. What is Zumba exactly? Like, I know it's like dance fitness, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's like dancer size.
It's like dancer size? Like,
yeah, to a Latin beat, like boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom. You do lots of salsa and stuff, and I'm always usually the only guy in my class.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I travel around to like when I'm traveling on the road, I try and find a Zumba class on the weekends because it's just fun. It's a good way to sweat it off and have fun. But like I still have a buggered ankle, and like jumping jacks and kind of jumping around and stuff hurts like a mofo on my ankle. So
okay, yeah. No.
Well, I could try and like make things up. It's like you just don't stop. You still just boogie on the spot, right?
Oh, it's very improv.
Yeah, it's very improv. Well, you follow the instructor, but like if you can't do something because it hurts, don't do it, but keep dancing, right?
Okay.
So, I want to go back because I love it. I miss Zumba. Yeah.
It sounds fun.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I've been known at my previous jobs for like dancing around a lot and being the reason that we now have a stereo in the workplace and stuff like that. So I can see getting off on that. Yeah.
If you have 2 left feet, oh man, you'll feel pretty embarrassed. But like I took my one friend one time, and he was like, oh yeah, Zumba sounds like fun. Like, you're really enthusiastic about it. I'm like, dude, come, it's a lot of fun. He looked up some Zumba videos and some basic steps, and by the end of it, he's like, you have no time to feel ashamed if you mess up. It's like, you just got to keep going. Right?
It's pretty fast, eh? Well, that's why you
it can be. I picked up on it just like that. So,
okay.
But you got to know where the beat is, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well then, maybe you've turned a whole generation of people onto Zumba then. If you can do it with your Grizzly Adams beard and shit, there you go. Then anybody can
I wear like bright green shorts and like a green headband.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's great. That's what I wanted to ask you. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. Do you have like a wonderful outfit? Like, I hope that you just go in there very proudly, like just Borat that shit up. I hope like that's.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to. You can be all flashy as you want in Zumba. And it's still the summer, but now that the months are getting colder, the class should fill up again. Because usually on Sundays, people are out on the patios, barbecue and doing stuff, vacation. But I went to a class in all places, Fargo, North Dakota.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this class was huge. It was like over 50 people. And it was like old guys, young guys that climb on rocks, old girls. And it was just like a community thing. Like everyone came out to do Zumba, and people like would stop in the middle of a dance and go and like shake people's hands. Oh, hey Bob, how are you doing? Oh yeah, oh salsa. Oh yeah, I'm doing good. The kids, yeah. I was in the middle of like yo, I'm salsaing here out of the way.
That's great though.
It was fantastic, and they had people up on stage dancing together. Oh, and it was. All the songs are so much fun, and I can't wait to go back because I've been there twice, and I went back for like pretty much for the Zumba because it was so much fun.
Wow. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's amazing. I don't think of Fargo, North Dakota being associated with its vibrant Zumba culture. I don't.
Me neither. Honestly,
that's amazing.
Like I have my favorite stops in and about on the railroad, right? And I've stopped in Fargo like once way back, like 2015, and it sucked because it was just one of those times. It was like, oh shit, we gotta stay in Fargo, and it was like Easter weekend, and I was away from home, and it was snowy, and I was like, this sucks. Mm-hmm. But ever since I got on my health kick, like I started going to the YMCA, and I started realizing it might be a little flat and circular, but it was like we went back during the summer. And it was beautiful, and like Rib Fest was on, and like I went running down by the river, and I was like, "This place is actually really nice."
Wow,
might be a little old. It's got some character, and just kind of in Fargo, I was expecting a bunch of redneck hicks. No, it was like everyone was very pretty. I could say everyone was like on a scale from 6 to 10.
Okay, everybody still really tries, eh?
Yeah, everyone still tries. Everyone, well, except when I got to the Rib Fest, and it was kind of like they're the Americans, and I put those in quotations. Right? That Rib Fest was delicious, though. But the only problem with Rib Fest is like, it's like you get 3 ribs here, and then you get 3 ribs at the next place, and you're like, damn it, I'm full. And you're like, okay. I have 15 more booths to try.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. I could see that. Okay, fair enough. Holy shit. Well, shout out to Fargo. Isn't that? Have you seen the movie Fargo?
Not the movie, but I've seen the series.
Yeah. Okay. Are those the same thing?
No,
no. The movie has nothing to do.
Nothing. They're kind of just like based off the idea of like kind of things happening in Minnesota. Like either crime or weird things, because like the movie is about guys find a case of money in the field, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I just remember they shoot a baby in the head.
Oh, gross!
At the beginning.
Ah,
that's all I remember about that movie. It was,
and Steve Buscemi gets pushed into a wood chipper.
Yes, I remember that part too. Yeah.
No, but the series is really good. So, and it's filmed in Calgary, which is why I thought you were bringing it up.
Really? No, yeah. I didn't know that. It's still going on?
I think they've done 3 seasons. I don't know about season 4. But they've Billy Bob Thornton and Martin Freeman are in season 1, and you can totally recognize Kananaskis like right there, like the last episode, and also like Inglewood, I think the Iron Horse, and also like the Whole Foods. It's
Third time's the charm.
up by Marlboro, there's like that. There's like a Subway. There's like
Community
a 7-Eleven,
foods?
something like that. Yeah, community green foods. Yeah, you recognize that. You recognize a whole bunch of Calgary, and it's supposed to be like Bemidji or Fargo, and it's like, oh, cool. But the one thing is like there's this main restaurant that they always go to, and so here's the story. I was super hungry one day, and I was like, oh, I got to get back home. I'll just stop at this little local diner that's across from my work, and I've always ordered out from there. So I go in this time and I sit down and I'm eating and I look up and I'm like, I recognize this place. Is this from the Fargo season? And I totally look left and there's the picture of the guy standing outside and I was like, it is the same place.
That's awesome.
I know. I was like, it's the cop's dad's greasy spoon place, and they used it to film a bunch of scenes.
Fuck. That's great that you didn't even know, though, what you were
I didn't even know. And I had been in there like 3 times, but it didn't register until I sat down and was facing the other way eating until I was like, holy crap, this is the restaurant from Fargo. Oh, man.
Shit. Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good Fargo story. Yeah.
You should watch. The season 2 is really good because it takes place in the 70s. And there's all these things going on where I'm like, none of this would happen if you had a cell phone. Ah! Because in every episode he stops at a payphone and calls the station, right?
Yeah,
or calls his wife. And I was like, everything would be so easy if you had a cell phone.
Right?
Right.
Why did they just think of that? Oh my god! Right?
I know. But the 70s plot is awesome. It's
that's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, they got all the style right and everything. It's fantastic.
Okay. I just remember the movie because it was kind of violent and it used to be on TBS a lot.
Oh yeah, the show was violent too.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Well, maybe I'll check it out. It sounds like you like violence.
Well, it's not that I like violence. It's just cool because it's like, hey, that's Calgary. That's not Fargo. That's Calgary.
Yeah, that's true.
It's farther north.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, yeah, I should check that out. I've been checking out other things from my childhood lately. I don't know if Fargo's from my childhood necessarily, but it's from earlier in my life. I decided to, because when I was a little kid, I read so many comic strips.
Oh, yeah.
I was, like, really invested in comic strips. So, like, it's really hard to find a Peanuts strip that I haven't read.
Oh, wow.
It's really hard to find a Garfield strip that I haven't read. And yesterday I took up rereading the Herman anthology.
Herman. I'd have to see a picture of it.
Okay, you should look it up because you should probably know it. You probably know it.
Wait. Does he eat sandwiches?
What? Not exclusively, no. I mean,
like
sometimes.
Hoagies?
But...
Isn't something about hoagies?
No.
I saw it shows you my Herman
Okay.
comics.
No. Herman gets used a lot and it's no coincidence they signed like some deal.
It's like Farside.
Yeah, he's really close friends with the guy that created Fireside, I believe.
Yeah.
He died,
Oldman,
but
not Gary Oldman. Gary.
I can't remember now.
Gary Larson.
Is that his name? Okay,
that's his name.
And I think that they're the ones that created the corporation that helped make Herman so much a part of like workplace safety material and stuff like that. Because you find Herman in a lot of workplace materials and like medical things and stuff like that, where it's like, here's a quip about this thing we're talking about, right? Like, you need to be organized. Now here's a little comic about a guy who wasn't organized. You know what I mean? And you find him in a lot of that stuff, and that's actually a licensed deal. That's actually like a thing that they set up.
Wow.
So
I'm giggling. I'm reading a couple of these and I'm giggling.
I know, right? They're so good. So I love Herman. But so yeah, I'm rereading like all of them. Like I'm starting at the beginning. I've got the first Treasury of Herman is what it used to be called. It's not called that anymore. They renamed the books, but they're the same size and the same strips appear in them. But the big collections of them have stories from the author and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some of those have been changed and updated, and they changed the name of it. Now I can't remember what the fuck it's called now. I thought I had the book somewhere within visual of me, but I don't. Now it's called like the Best of or something, and it used to be called the Treasury of or something. So they like changed the name, but they're all the same ones in the same books. So anyways, so I'm rereading my way through Herman all over again.
I used to be really into online web comics. Like it was Sluggy Freelance, and like it started in like '97, and like holy crap, One day I was like, oh, I should go back and like start reading again. And I started, and I was like, don't do this, Terry, because like 2 months later, I'll come into my hole and be like, oh my god, I finally caught up. Right? So, and I've done it a couple times where it's like, oh, I'm going to reread Sluggy Freelance, and you're like, holy crap, that's like 13 years worth of comics.
No shit.
Oh man, right? But then there's like Least I Could Do. There, Control Alt Delete.
I know of them. Yeah,
yeah,
Control Alt
yeah.
Delete. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, there's man, there were some really good ones I used to read, and I like read them, catch up on all of them, and then you have like a bunch of things to read every day. And I guess I stopped. I recently got into ones that you could read on your phone really well.
Yes.
They're all modded for your phone, webtoons,
Okay.
and there's some really good D&D ones on there too. So,
Okay, nice. I think you've shared some really cool D&D comics, like some hilarious D&D comics on Facebook.
oh, that's
I
just
don't know if that comes.
no,
from
that's
you or
just
not, but
funny.
just
That's
stuff.
funny. That's just funny stuff.
Oh, okay.
I,
I've done a. Oh, sorry.
no, I'm just giggling at myself.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've done a full catch up once of Cyanide and Happiness, and I've done a full catch up of Dilbert.
Oh, I Dilbert, yeah.
But those are outside of ones I grew up with and deliberately, like, I didn't even know I was keeping abreast with all of them when I was,
Right.
you know what I mean? Apart from that, those are the only two that I've found as an adult and been like, I need to go back and see everything you've ever done, you know what I mean? Yeah, so.
Oh, I had my train of thought, totally lost it.
no.
Yeah, lost it. Never mind.
Okay. Speaking of cartoons, do you know who's like unbelievably beyond what I would have ever thought fucking loaded? Is
Who?
Jim Davis.
Yeah,
The guy that
it's
created Garfield.
Yeah.
He is so motherfucking rich.
Yeah, he sold out, right? So
Well, basically, yeah, like, I mean, Garfield's on everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's why the guy himself is worth $800 million.
jeez.
It's fucking unbelievable. To put that into perspective, because I wanted to talk about this today. To
Right.
put that into perspective, I looked up some other numbers, okay?
Yeah.
Julia Roberts,
Yeah.
140 million.
And
Just-
Bill, wait, he was 800 million?
800 million.
Oh, Jesus
Justin
Christ.
Bieber, 265 million.
Wow.
Okay?
Create a paper
and-
comic. My goodness, I'm doing the wrong thing.
I know, right? But I think it's the fact that he sold, like you said, he sold out, kind of, right? But for so many years, like, there's so many people who made money years and years and years ago, and then money changed when
Right.
technology came along. You know, so the people that made a shitload of money in the 80s and the 70s, their money doesn't mean as much now. They used to be rich, but the numbers don't translate. But I think the thing for him is he made money back then, but then he didn't stop. Like, to
Right.
this day, there's Garfield shit. It's still
Like,
a merchandising
what did he start the
thing.
comic trip when he was 16 or something? He must be he must be getting old.
Yeah, he is older, but he looks
Right.
good.
I've got a task for you. Look up Bill Watterson's worth.
Oh, what did Family Circus?
No, even better.
Okay, what did he do?
Oh, I'm gonna let you try and guess this
I'm
one.
gonna find out in a second
Right
here.
now, here's a guy. Here's a really, really good story. I think there's. A
Oh,
thing on
Calvin and
Netflix.
Hobbes.
Yeah,
okay.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, I should have known.
He
Okay.
never sold out, like not once. Like there were so many advertising rights and stuff like being want to sold to him or sell off. Like we want to do a cartoon spin-off. We want to do this. We want to put him on T-shirts and stuff. And you notice like Calvin, like who doesn't know Calvin and Hobbes?
Yeah. Well, there
Right,
was a
but-
cartoon, I think.
There was there.
I think so. Yeah, a live action, like a cartoon, like a moving one. I mean, yeah.
Maybe that was it. Right?
And
But
and
you
I-
notice there's like no shirts or like
there isn't a lot. No,
there's
like
not a lot.
He's happy to pee on your favorite or on your least favorite car company,
Yeah.
right? And there's a lot of stuff like that. But
Right, but it's if you read if you watch the Netflix documentary on Bill Watterson, the
Yeah.
guy is like not a hermit, he's
Yeah.
a recluse. Like no one, he's super private.
that's really cool, though.
Yeah,
he's
it was-
worth $100 million.
Oh,
Bill Watterson, but it's
for a guy
still
that didn't sold out, that's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's a huge strip. It's one of those household things again, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like
yeah,
I want to like when I have a kid, I want to read Calvin and Hobbes to him,
Mm-hmm.
like because my dad used to do that to me. So like I want the whole Calvin and Hobbes collection once my son is born,
Okay.
and I'm
okay.
going to have a son.
you have conviction upon this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Well, that's one of my Burt Reynolds memories. I remember my dad showing me Hooper because
Yeah,
he loved Hooper and Stuntmen.
Right.
So he showed me. I remember him showing me Hooper, and like this is an important movie about stunts. Like I remember that. Like I remember like watching that the same way that I would like make somebody watch BoJack now. Like this is important. Right. It's changing the world. Sit down and watch, motherfucker. Like,
well, it was like my dad making me watch The Road Warrior. Right? It's like this is important because it's all real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and now I show people that as well. I was like, you have to watch Mad Max Fury Road. Why? The plot sucked. I was like, who gives a fuck about the plot? It's all real. What do you mean it's all real? I'm like, there's barely any CGI in that movie. They're like, really? I was like, yeah, none. Like that, like you look at the two filming shots and like the finish shot, and there's like maybe, color alignment, color touch. That's it.
No, I know that about those movies actually. Yeah. And they made them for nothing. Like, they made the first one on no budget.
Like a shoestring budget, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember exactly what all the numbers are. I think it's like 20 grand they made it on, and it made just, like, so many millions of dollars. But whatever it is, I believe it holds the world record for the biggest gap between what they shot it on and what it grossed.
Oh, really?
That movie, yeah.
I thought, like, Predator was like that.
Oh, wow. But wouldn't Predator have had a lot of CGI, though?
No, the original Predator, like, well, it wasn't CGI. There was more of effects, right? Like the Predator was all real. Like like they had effects on him when he was like invisible, right? But like it still hold up today, and like his heat effects stuff that all holds up. But I remember I had the DVD, and they were saying it just broke even a couple of years ago, kind of thing.
Wow!
Like it bombed at the box office, and even had Arnie in it, and it bombed. But now, like, look how famous the Predator is, right?
Yeah, no shit.
Either that, or they spent a lot of money on it, and it did well, but still didn't bring in the money it needed.
Okay.
Dude, you son of a bitch.
Mad Max, yeah, it's considered the most profitable film ever made by the Guinness Book of World Records because of the gap between what it cost them to put it together and what it actually grossed. They made it for more. I oversold it. I shouldn't have said anything because I said like 20 grand. No, they made it for a lot more than that. But they made it for 350 grand, and it walked away with, I think it was 500 grand. I just had it. Oh no, 5 million. There we go. And it walked away with 5 million. Wow. So
that's the original Mad Max, right?
Yeah, 5 million. Yeah. 5 million from Australia because it was an Australian movie for all intents and purposes. 5 million. 5 million in Australia and 100 million worldwide.
Wow. Good,
so
good for George Miller, right?
$350,000 budget, yeah. So
I wonder how big their budget for the new one was and how much it made.
Oh, probably a lot more. I'm sure there's nothing like that going on there.
Look at all the effects.
Yeah.
You should watch the making of like all the cars and stuff. It's just like Lord of the Rings. Like every single detail on those cars was like had a backstory about it. And it's like you barely see it in the film, but it's all real. It's so cool.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I just rewatched Mad Max recently. The first one.
Oh yeah.
I think the first one and second one I watched. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, I remember watching The Road Warrior a lot. Some people's favorites is Thunderdome, right?
Yeah. Okay, well then, I think we've covered a lot, but we got a little bit more time if there's anything else you want to bring up or
Let's take a question from one of our listeners. Oh wait, we don't do this live.
I was gonna say, how is that gonna work? Well, we should remind those listeners, though, to go ahead and talk to us on social media, because if they do, then maybe we can actually address your tweets on the show. You know, I'd like to do that.
We can have mailbag episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Mailbag
or just a mailbag section.
Segment. Yeah. Well, yeah. And,
somebody write to us, please.
Yeah, somebody write to us. # Total Stick Show. If you're going to talk about us, that's a thing that I kind of started. There's several tweets out there with that, but it's not, like, big. So talk to us on social media. Review us on Apple. As far as I know, Apple is still one of the places that's the most based on reviews. So review us on Apple because that pushes us like higher up in the rankings and stuff like that. And just check us out wherever you get your fresh podcasts, but you're listening to us, so you've probably already done that. But you know, we're all over the place. Tell your friends to listen to us. We're widely available now. And there's videos from us on YouTube. There's Total Stick Show videos. So check those out. I don't have anything simple like YouTube/Total Stick Show because you need a certain number of views in order to apply for that I don't have. So there's some stuff behind the curtain. So you've just got to look up the Total Stick Show. We're the only one. I promise. We're the only one so far. I hope it stays that way. So check out our videos on YouTube. Check out my website, everythingpaul.net. I wrote a book and shit. There's things on there you should look at. And yeah, engage with us. Tell your friends about us. Share. We get a fair bit on Facebook, oddly enough. We actually asked people for things we should talk about a couple of weeks ago on Facebook, and we got a surprising amount of comments on that. So maybe we'll do that again. But tell us on Facebook. Talk to us on Facebook. I tend to assume that we'll get the most engagement from Twitter, but that hasn't been historically true for our specific program. So, leave us tell us what you want on Facebook. I don't care where you talk to us. Talk to us. We're fucking lonely in here.
We're lonely.
Yeah. So just reach out to us. Do that kind of thing. So hopefully we have Shane back next week. Hopefully we have a surprise guest next week.
Yes.
Keep your eye on our Twitter and our Facebook in between, and I'll probably mention that surprise guest by name between now and then when it's actually confirmed. If you want to be on the Total Stick Cast, if you think you have something amazing to say to the world, or if you saw a really funny t-shirt one time and you want to tell people about it, go to everythingpaul.net/be our guest. And you can fill out a form there telling us why you should be on the Total Stick Show. And if we pick you, then you can come talk about your thing. So maybe you have a thing to promote. Maybe you have nothing to promote, and you just want to be on the Total Stick Show. We'd give you a chance at that.
What's your show life right now? I gave my show life. What's your show life today?
My show life today, I don't know that I have a show life. University studies. I've been drinking a lot of
university studies.
Okay, fair enough. I've been drinking a lot of sparkling water lately.
Like Dom Perrier.
And I binge watch.
No, that's champagne. Sorry.
That's champagne. Yeah, you're thinking of Perrier.
Perrier, yeah.
Yeah. Not Don Perignon. You invented something.
Sorry.
You just invented Don Perrier.
It's the next level of sparkling water.
Okay. It's non-alcoholic sparkling wine. I binge watched all the Sarah Silverman show.
Oh, I have no interest in watching that.
Yeah, you got to be interested. I mean, it's almost like an indie film at a point. Like, I mean, you got to be interested in what you're watching. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Dan Harmon and Rob Schraub and all that those guys create. And Sarah Silverman was the branch of that axis that I was yet to explore. So I decided.
I like Dan Harmon, so.
Okay. Do you listen to Harmontown?
I watch Harmon Quest.
Oh, he has a podcast.
Yeah, I should.
You should, yeah.
I should. I do enjoy Dan Harmon. I really loved Community back in the day.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah, it was hit and miss for a bit there, and then season 6 was like meh, whatever.
Well, if you like that, you probably wouldn't hate Sarah Silverman. It's a lot of that kind of surrealism.
Right.
That you could grow to appreciate with Community. Like, you didn't know what was going to happen next. Like, anything could happen because the rules don't fucking apply here.
Right.
Like, it has a lot of that feeling to it. So if you like Community, you might like it.
Yeah, I'll give her a shot.
Yeah, you should. That's my back. There we go. So my chill life this week is the Sarah Silverman program.
What is in my beard right now? My beard is tied in a knot.
Does it move?
No, it's just like two. It's tough to describe. It's just two hairs are like kind of tied together. There we go.
Oh.
It feels like there's like a bug in your beard where you're kind of putting your hands. You're like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's just a little knot.
I think this is the bare bottom of podcasting.
Yeah. Okay. For all the people that are going to comment, give us your best chili recipe, because I'm going to go eat my chili and I think it's the best. I think it's better than yours.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay. People are passionate about that shit.
Yeah, people love their chili, man.
Okay.
And
maybe
I kind of just combined two recipes and I doubled it as well because I wanted enough to last. It's going to last me all in the next week. And man, it made a mess because as it kind of settled down, all the liquid kind of came up and spilled over my slow cooker, and there was a pool of tomato juice all over my slow.
Oh no, that was my next
counter.
question. Yeah, okay. I was gonna ask, do you slow cooker that shit? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I slow cookered it because it came out super, super good. Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't
maybe...
like jalapenos, but the jalapenos are pretty good in it. Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
I don't like jalapenos. Right?
Why not?
What
did they do to you?
They murdered my family.
That happens to a lot of people. You'd be surprised.
Right. So damn jalapenos.
Yeah.
Roaming the streets, making people cry. But,
well, you're very specific about the pepper, though. Like, it's not like you just don't like hot peppers. You don't like jalapenos, so like I'm beginning to.
I don't like hot peppers. I don't like hot anything.
Oh.
I like spicy Italian sausage. I like hot meats. Hot meats is fine. I like wasabi, but like hot sauce. Yeah, I'm. Mayonnaise is spicy.
Wow.
No, I'm not that white.
Okay.
I do like a little kick here and there, but like hot for the sake of hot, no, I won't.
Really? Eh? Okay, me neither, but you kind of, and I hope this is as racist as possible. You have a face that says, I eat spicy food. No, like,
I'll eat spicy wasabi. You know what? I'm a guy that likes horseradish. There's some people that hate horseradish.
Oh,
right?
Gross. I hate horseradish.
I love it. It's great. I'm trying to think. It was like I got like horseradish flavored mustard, horseradish flavored. Oh, I love it. It's good on everything.
What's wrong with you? Did your parents not love you?
No, I love myself, so I eat horseradish. So I'm weird. I put mustard on my eggs. So.
Oh my God, that's a thing we need to unpack and talk more about. Why do you do that? Why is that have you met other people? Are there others like you? Are you recommending it, or do you think you're weird also?
I don't know. I've never met anyone else that does it. But it came from, I used to make like a big kind of thing of eggs, and I would put it in a wrap, right? But in that wrap, I would put like sandwich stuff, so mayonnaise and mustard, right? So the combination of the mayonnaise, mustard with the egg and the meat and the mushrooms and the tomatoes and the onions and stuff, it was really good. And I was like, I stopped. I cut out grain from my diet, right? So I put my eggs on the plate and I just add mayonnaise, and it's fucking delicious.
Dude, in like 45 seconds, you converted me.
Yeah,
like the way you
explained. Try it next time. You're like, this is actually really good, right?
Of course, the way you explained the journey from sandwich to just eggs with mustard, I totally get it. I feel it. Sense. I think it's a good idea now. Like, oh my God.
Well, you know what? You can take it one step further. Put eggs. I almost said put eggs on your mustard.
Okay, what?
No, put mustard and mayonnaise on your eggs and just eat it like that. Just kind of mix them in there, and it's delicious because mayonnaise is pretty much eggs. You're reuniting them with their family.
Yeah, that's one of those weird things, like eggs and chicken on the same plate. There's something altruistic about it or whatever. Yeah. There's a problem somewhere with that. I mean, I can see. I put ketchup on ramen noodles.
That's weird.
That's good though too. Though.
Understandable.
Yeah, right. Like it's not the first time tomato and noodle have come in contact. It's just a weird delivery method.
It's just because it's really it's like, are your ramen noodles watery, or do you like take them out of the broth and then put ketchup on them?
I forgot. Yeah, I know. I forgot about the two camps of noodles because I'm so firmly on one. No, I take mine out of the water.
Okay, I thought you were talking like you get like a noodle box and you squirt you get a bowl of udon and you just, instead of using like the red cock sauce, right? You use the ketchup.
My God!
You go into like an Asian store, right? Sriracha, right? I just call it the red cock sauce.
I hope you understand how quickly you just named this episode, though. I hope
the red cock sauce. No, I'll use sriracha. It's fine. I love sriracha mayo. That's good. It's got some kick and bite to it, right?
Is that a thing, or is that something you make because you combine the two?
I have seen it, and I like to combine it because I like a little more mayonnaise than sriracha. But like that on eggs is delicious. Holy crap! Okay. That on anything is great.
I guess I could see that. We had this conversation actually. This is going to be very bad podcasting etiquette, but we're talking about food, so I feel like I'm allowed to bring it up again. Yes. Something I went years of my life without ever being exposed to, and then finally tried and fell madly fucking in love with, was Chipotle.
Oh, right. Yeah, the seasoning.
Yeah. The seasoning, not the restaurant. Yes, we had this conversation. Yeah. Yes, exactly, yeah. No,
you got to make fun because of the South Park episode, because we were talking about South Park earlier.
Yes!
The South Park episode where this is like Billy Mays selling the underwear, because people shit themselves when they eat Chipotle.
Yeah. I do remember that because I remember Billy Mays for some reason. That's the one thing about
Billy
that
Mays
episode
and Michael Jackson on the plane of the afterlife trying to take off.
Okay.
Something like that.
know.
So another weird food thing I heard from somebody was mustard on their avocado.
Whoa.
I know. Someone told me that. They're like, yeah, people put mustard on the strangest things. There's like one person does it on their avocado, and I'm like, what?
But
I thought I was weird putting it on my eggs, but like mustard
Yeah.
on, I wanted to call it a fruit, but it's like avocado is its own category. Like, why would you put mustard on it?
I agree. That is super strange, but I also feel like there's fewer rules around an avocado.
Yeah, you can do it whatever you want. But it's just like, imagine guacamole and then adding mustard into it. You know what? I'm going to try that. Maybe it'll make it taste really good.
It could.
It could.
It could. Like, okay, egg salad. I can't believe how long we've been talking about food for now, but that's totally cool. Egg salad with mustard in it.
Yeah.
That's a fucking thing. I should,
smart.
like, egg with, that's not the first time I've seen egg and mustard come together.
Like a potato
it just
egg.
occurred to me.
Like a potato egg salad, kind of like a barbecue thing.
Exactly, yeah, with mustard in it, and then you get the pickles, and you dice up the pickles, and you get that in there.
Pickles.
So there's a little bit of a crunch in your salad.
I love pickles.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. I'm so hungry right now.
I am too. I totally need to make food. So maybe we
So do I.
should bid these fair people who aren't listening to us right now farewell. And I think we've talked enough about food and random things for 1 week.
Okay.
So hopefully next week we're back with the Shane, and I guess this has been the Total Stickcast officially.
Thank you very much.
So bye!
Thank you for joining us on the Total Stickcast. Connect with us online through Twitter and Facebook at Total Stick Show. And you can watch the things we make on YouTube by heading to youtube.com and searching for Total Stick Show. Or you can also find our content on newgrounds.com by going to totalstickshow.newgrounds.com. The Total Stickcast is available on Google Play as well as iTunes, and your reviews will help other people find us and help us grow. Please take a moment to let us know what you think. The Total Stickcast is hosted by Paul Johnson and Shane Hookfer. You can connect with Paul Johnson directly on Twitter at OffTheLP or at everythingpaul.net. That's everythingpaul.net. You can also reach us by email at totalstickshow@gmail.com. This has been the Total Stickcast. Thank you for making us part of your day.